Hey, what's up, you degenerate gamblers? This is Bill Burr, and you're listening to SGPN. Let it ride, baby.
Cox. He's one of those guys who will get penetration.
Ooh, welcome everyone to the Sports Gambling Podcast. I'm Sean, stacking the money green with my partner in picks, Ryan, Real Money Kramer. What's happening, Kramer?
A lot to get to, Sean. It's a somber morning. It's raining in Los Angeles.
Oh, okay.
I feel like the energy's
I'm
down
not
a little
somber. I'm through the roof. It's rivalry week. EAGLES Eagles.
Classic Philly fan.
Yeah, I'm excited for my team to kick your ass.
Those are nerves coming through. I like it. It means more this week.
Magic Man Blanco checking in.
Oh, where's he been?
I know. I haven't seen him around. LFG gents couldn't miss the pregame for Eagles Giants.
Wow.
Scott Bowser in the chat. You and him are sweating out some high stakes fantasy. Got a lot on the line. This is Sunday. WV Punch Drunk One says just saw Derwin James is out. I mean, that's awesome. As a guy who locked up Miami, he's one of their, according to Justin Decker, friend of the program.
San Diego Superchargers charge.
Going into that game, the Chargers have two defensive players, Derwin James, Khalil Mack, and then 9 Madden Sims. So now they're up to 10 Madden Sims.
Greenies. The Greenies will be taking the field for the Los Angeles Chargers.
And we're live on Discord as well. We want you guys to call in. All you got to do is raise your hand in the Discord stages. You can hop on the show. We will answer. Let's start it off, Ryan. Audio questions on Discord get priority. Come on. Don't be scared. I don't know why it's become a texting generation.
It is funny because it's like our generation would make jokes in the corporate offices like, hey, that could be that meeting could have been an email.
Yeah.
But now we're getting mad at the kids because they don't want to talk and they just want to text.
It's sports talk though. It's different. It's not talking about your feelings or corporate bullshit. You're talking about starts, sits, parlays. What are we doing? Round robin Moneyline parlays. We got it all. All right. Hey, what do we got here? Just checking. Lot going on over here. Again, raise your hand in the Discord. All right. Hey, Ryan, you're coming off a nice hit last week. You hit your first half parlay,
second one of the year.
26-1.
Second one of the year. Let's fucking go.
I mean, if you're giving out 26 to 1s, you only need to hit one a season and you're still up,
Yeah, so I think
9 units.
I think we've profited close to 50 units on the 2 wins this year. We can start the show with that. I don't want anyone to miss it. It's already in the Discord.
Let's go.
So if you are in the Discord NFL channel, you've already got the first half parlay.
Real quick, Ryan. Dong. There is a guy in the YouTube chat whose name is Dong, and I just like to think that maybe we inspired him to change his name to Dong. Let's go. Dong. Just a dong for Dong.
And for those who have crossed paths with my life, way back when, I used to know a guy named Tronger, and every time I hear the dong sound effect, I think of Tronger. He was also a big time DJ and first guy to get me into overnight tennis betting. So shout out to Tronger. First half parlay, 24 to 1. This one's going to pay you.
Okay.
Give or take a couple cents depending on where you're getting it. Baltimore plus a half. I'm not scared off with Huntley. Cincinnati -3. Jacksonville plus 2.5. Then we're going to take 2 totals. That seemed to be the key to unlock it last week. Jets, Buffalo under 22.5. Eagles, Giants under 22.5. Little divisional New York unders there. Let's go. Some might say that the Giants and Jets play in Jersey. My favorite sports fan is the sports fan that reminds you that only the Bills play in New York.
Only New York team.
You're on the border of Canada. Relax.
Ryan, a little trivia for the audience and for you. Who are the biggest liabilities on the point spread for win bet this week? I got 3 I'm looking at.
Biggest point spread liabilities.
For win bet.
I mean, one of them has to be. Is anyone betting on the Broncos this week? Even though it's a huge number. I think there's probably 3. I think Detroit could flirt with it just because of the public narrative. I think you have a situation where I can't imagine too many people are looking to play the Browns. And then I'm throwing the Cowboys game out because that can't possibly be it. And then I'll say the wild card one is the Chiefs game.
Okay, so what are your
Chiefs?
Okay.
Bengals.
Okay.
And Lions.
Pretty nice. You got 2 out of 3 right. Chiefs Kingdom is one.
Yeah, that one seems obvious because just you can't bet on Denver right now.
I was on the Scotty Farrell show. I said said Russell Wilson's going to show up in a ski mask because of all the good folks in Colorado you robbed with that contract. I don't think it's a home field advantage. I mean, imagine playing in front of 70,000 people that you took their money.
All right,
that's got to mess with your head.
You
were also hit the Lions, and then nice. The one you didn't get was the Panthers.
Oh wow!
Liability,
really?
Yeah, sharp shop here. WinBet.
I mean that can only be because they didn't play last week and people forgot about the Panthers. Sam Darnold is the starter. He is on
Sam
the road.
Darnold. He figured it out. He had 170 yards passing. I do like DJ Moore in DFS.
I know a lot of smart people like DJ Moore in DFS this week too, and it's still tied to Sam Darnold, which is why I like Foreman a bit more in the DFS streets.
Fair.
As far as that first game, inside Iggy on Denver, the Midwestern folks of Colorado are already out. They're completely out. And it sounds like they're actually more out on Russ than they are on the coaching staff, which is a crazy plot twist for the season. So
we have breaking news, Ryan. Friend of the program, Maddie Sullivan, is telling us that Dick Olson will be in Denver for this game. I completely forgot. He said,
I feel like we got invited because he has extra tickets.
Yeah,
maybe
he couldn't get rid of him.
He spent a shitload on him in the beginning of the year.
Yeah, he goes like, it's Russell Wilson, Patrick Mahomes. It'll at least be for a playoff spot, even if it's not for the division worst case wild card. They've already been eliminated.
I don't know what that does for the handicap. Dick Olson being in the building. He was the author of the greatest mush job in history. When booking a flight to go to Denver to catch them in I think it was going to be the conference championship game, and then Joe Flacco heaves that ball up deep over inexplicably the safety just decided not to go back any further, and rest is history. Ravens win the Super Bowl.
I still have some photos of him. He was wearing a giant foam Broncos head. And then he passed out in the first quarter, woke up. Broncos were taking care of business. Like literally the only thing they can't do is let up a long bomb by Joe Flacco, the quarterback. It's right up there with the Minneapolis Miracle. Just like runs up and plays the ball, and then Joe Flacco hits the touchdown, and he had already booked his tickets. Oh, it was great. Because he goes, it's gonna skyrocket in price as soon as the game ends.
Just that sad face of him wearing that horrible Bronco helmet.
I mean, like a true fan, he did wear the foam Bronco hat the rest of the day.
All right, what else you want to get into, Sean?
Yeah, let's answer people's questions. Jose Gonzalez, Eagles first half over, team total 13.5. Slam it. So I know you're on the under. So yeah, you could still hit over 13.5 and the under 22.5.
Oh, I mean, doesn't this kind of strike you as we discussed this on the DFS show a little bit? You got a lot of divisional matchups, like kind of all happening at once. You have a couple fewer games. It does seem like there's going to be maybe a slight reduction in weather. I don't know. It just seems like there's going to be a slight reduction in scoring this weekend, regardless
Division
of the matchup.
Yeah,
it's not necessarily matchups, Sean, when the rivals play.
Kyle P checking in, saying he sent some perks for Kirk Cousins, aka Perk Duggins.
Oh wow!
He's saying he's throwing for 3 touchdowns and wearing grills on the plane home, celebrating the division win. I'm with you. As the week went along, I like the Vikings play more and more.
I love the NFL player talk. Because they do.
I do think, and
they're crowbarring in the narrative of the favorite, and the average you can tell the average NFL player could give 2 shits about this, almost as if they're not aware. Like we want them to be aware, but they're not actually as giving a fuck or aware.
I would disagree because I think I know in the Eagles playoff run, the fact that they were home dogs to the Atlanta Falcons in that playoff game. That
moment might have been a little bit bigger.
That got them to get the dog mask. That got them on their magical run. They clearly felt disrespected, and I do think at some point this Vikings team hears the chatter and hears everyone saying, "I mean, you're an underdog to the Detroit Lions." I think at some point it does feel like spit in the face.
Yes, but I guess where I'm going with it is these former player. Again, I didn't play football on the professional level. I know you didn't either. But these pro players
Played
who did,
pretty close,
who did, seem
I have thrown with Gronk.
They are very clearly pointing out that it's not any sort of additional motivator on a per person basis. Guy like Charles Woodson, he's like, if you need more than that, like you're already motivated. So maybe you get a couple slackers on the team who are getting the juice going a little harder. But his take was pretty clear. Like if you need this to get up, you're already not doing it right. And he'd be surprised if that was the case. So it was an interesting take on the Fox pregame show this morning. Makes sense. I mean, I've heard a lot of players talk about the lack of giving a fuck about the betting line. So I love Detroit today. I know you're being zag worthy on your Minnesota play, but
no, I'm tired of losing money on this team, and they figure out how to win close games. There's always one team per year, Ryan, we see that has a horseshoe stuck up their ass, and I think it might be this Vikings team.
Oh yeah, not disagreeing. I think just the scenario, right? Divisional game now on the road against the actual.
Oh, I like
team.
this. Lucky Nugget says Ryan should have to read the ads for a week if the Giants lose.
What does Sean get? What's the other side of this? Is Sean going to work all the technical? You might not have shows for a week if that's the case.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to risk doing Ryan's job. That's probably I like the punishment aspect, but not myself being punished. What else do we got here?
People just want to hear my voice, Sean. It might be. Is that a lady commenter? That's what it must be.
Lucky Nugget.
Hey, Lucky Nuggets. I can do some personal reads for
Nugget
you.
could refer to her special area.
And Lady Boner. I've heard they get hard.
Oh, and we have Kyle P, who's a known Vikings fan. Then we have Black Kirk Cousins, who is I think he might be a Dak fan. I don't know.
Yeah.
But he's also a Kirk Cousins fan. And then of course, Skull Clap Them Cheeks 420, who is also
Smoking my weed.
who also points out that he bleeds purple and gold. Macon Bacon wants to know, is Metcalf healthy? I think he is, right?
I mean, I think there's two statements here. He's playing. I don't know if he's healthy.
Yeah.
Sean, what happened? What do we know about guys that go from full practice to limited practice to no practice? Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Generally a bad sign.
Yeah.
Generally not something that they're maintaining, maybe something new. It does sound like he's playing. I don't know if he's going to be healthy. It certainly makes Lockett pretty interesting in DFS, which maybe do you want to build a lineup, Sean?
Sure. Fire it up. Let's go.
All right, put it on the screen. All right, so we kind of discussed. Like, it feels like there's a ton of quarterback options this week. I know you've built a couple gross bottom dweller lineups, as have I. Brock Purdy rings a bell.
Well, and I'll say my Brock Purdy lineup,
Mike White.
One, I do still like that Mike White, Garrett Wilson, because it's a super cheap stack and it's pretty reliable. Then I did a Brock Purdy, Christian McCaffrey stack because it's super cheap, and I think you can get a ton of easy check down stuff. And I think, Christian McCaffrey scoring 2 receiving touchdowns, Brock Purdy getting 1 rushing touchdown. I think there's a chance we see some Brock Purdy rushing yards. So desperate quarterbacks run the ball.
Basically, the basement is the Russell Wilson, Brock Purdy, Sam Darnold, Tannehill, Pickett tier of quarterbacks. Any interest in Russ Wilson?
100% no. I mean, you could talk me into Latavius Murray,
Jerry Jeudy. Maybe
you could talk me into Jerry Jeudy or Dulcich. Maybe just one of those guys. I do have Latavius Murray on one lineup.
All right. So what are we building with?
I don't know. What do you want to start?
We're Jared Goff Sucks Island podcast. Do we build a Jared Goff lineup?
Sure.
He'll be very on.
I mean, today. I got a Kirk Cousins one. Yeah, we'll have to get crazy elsewhere.
Or we can just do something like, go to the top of the board, make it difficult for us. Joe Burrow also. I don't know. I would say let's build a Goff lineup.
Yeah, I don't mind Goff. Trevor Lawrence is 100% playing, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if I like playing him though. Like you said, Geno Smith's out there. I don't know if I love that. Dak, obviously, we're not playing him. Joe Burrow's interesting. Mahomes, again, we're probably discussing a situation where Mahomes will not be very owned this week. I don't know if we really want to get involved in that game, but
yeah, because it feels like every Broncos game is low scoring because the Broncos offense sucks so hard, and you're not really going to be pushed offensively, I guess.
So then it sounds like do we want to play a golf lineup then?
Yeah, sure.
Well, what's the other option? Give it to me.
I like Joe Burrow.
All right, let's do that one then.
Joe Burr. It's getting cold out there in Ohio, Ryan.
Right,
I got a sweet chain. Burrow is a sweet chain.
Is the stack? Do we go mix in a receiver, or do we go double receiver?
I mean,
we think I do believe the Bengals could score a fuckload of points this week.
Yeah, I think you can throw. I mean, the thing is, you can really run on the Browns. You can do anything on the Browns. The Browns defense is pretty bad. I guess they got Greedy Williams and I don't know some decent cornerbacks.
Because I know how we're gonna bring it back.
Yeah, I think you just play Chase and Higgins. Or
what do you think, Mixon or Higgins?
Well, how worried are you about Pirine?
Less worried than we were when we talked on Friday.
Okay.
Like I think Pirine could. All right, but you know what though? I think you're right though. I think the more fun way to play this is just play both receivers. A lot of people will be on Mixon.
And then
do we bring back with Amari Cooper banged up? I don't know if you saw that late injury in practice on Friday. You could go Donovan Peoples-Jones, or you could just pick a guy that I feel like I've been going to a lot. He's off the injury report, fills our tight end spot.
You love Njoku.
I do love Njoku. Won't be owned at all this week.
No, I like it. Now let's talk. What are we doing? Running backs, receivers.
All right. Let's see. Someone's saying turn up the volume. Interesting. We're loud. I think.
Check.
Maybe we're just not loud enough. I don't know. I feel like I'm being pretty loud. All right. So we've filled out a double with a bring back. Do we have? We're probably gonna have to save some money on the running back now. Any running backs you love? Because I've been saying it all week. Deontay Foreman is fun. I know we're
I like that.
We're pro Seattle, but Deontay Foreman creates a fun little potential.
Well, and why don't we also put in Travis Homer there? I think Travis Homer could catch a ton of passes.
You think game stack, single game running back stack? All right.
Yeah, because I think Seattle, if they're not able to, like, Homer's gonna have to play a ton of snaps. I think he could catch a ton of balls. So
yeah, worth noting. James Cook $400 cheaper if we need the money. All right, so we have let's slot in a defense just so we know how much we have for the stack. Do you have any preference of the bottom dwellers?
I love Pittsburgh.
All right,
Tyler Huntley can turn the ball over.
I mean, yeah, I would. I think Carolina's in play too. I know I said that on the DFS show. All right, so we have 11,000 for a stack, single game stack.
Yeah, I mean, let's see.
Is this the kind of thing? Do you want to try to isolate the dome game between Detroit and Minnesota? It is a divisional game. Do we want to get real weird?
What about how much is Chark? He's kind of interesting. He's probably owned, but he's at least interesting.
You think he'll be owned?
Maybe. I mean, I also think Jamison Williams is kind of a crazy fun play, but Chark should be pretty cheap.
Yeah, I think I saw Chark leads the NFL in air yards or something crazy like that. Which would, I mean, I guess the question would then be, who do we bring it back with? Do we have enough to bring it back with? Someone like Justin Jefferson? No.
It would have to be how much is Thielen? He's probably right around there.
No, Thielen's cheap. We can fit Thielen in.
Yeah, could be a Thielen game.
We'd have to go way down the board. I think he's at 4,900.
Oh wow, he's sub 5,000.
Yeah. Which leaves.
Well then, yeah.
We could upgrade something else. I mean, we could pop this guy. I mean, I know we could upgrade the tight end position. We could not do this. I think the more interesting way to play this might just be to get Amon-Ra St. Brown in there.
Yeah, put Amon-Ra St. Brown in there, and then we'll just punt on the last.
No, I like the Amon-Ra St. Brown Thielen stack. Can we save 1,700 anywhere? Is the question.
I mean, we would have to. You can. Njoku for 3,900 feels expensive.
Well, that's why it's a great tournament play.
Okay.
Hold on, I'm gonna tweak some stuff, see if we can save money. All right, is there a $2,800? I swapped out the Steelers defense for the Panthers. Gives us correlation. Do we want to change the homer play? And is there a $2,800 tight end we love? Jordan Akins could be the number one in Houston today. Worth noting.
Yeah, put him in there.
If we went down to James Cook, we could go up to Hurst Conklin. This tier.
Chat pointing out that we did talk up Boston Scott all week. Of course, if you missed it on the show,
let's do this.
Boston Scott 1 touchdown plus 550. Boston Scott 2 touchdowns 50-1. Boston Scott 3 touchdowns 250-1. If Boston Scott scores 3 touchdowns, there's no guarantee I make it to the end of the day. For the recap,
I'm making the lineup here. Hold on. Okay. Boston Scott's 4,200 too. That's another sign.
Saves us a ton of money.
Even for
smoking my weed.
All right. So if we go, I did put in a Bellinger Boston Scott stack. So we have a Deontay Foreman Panther. All right. So we still have $300. We can't get up to Pittsburgh's defense. We have Foreman stacked with the defense. We have Boston Scott stacked with Bellinger. We have Amon-Ra St. Brown stacked with Thielen, and we have a Joe Burrow double with no bring back.
All right. Yeah. Get the Panthers defense out of there. I don't like them.
All right. But
Jets. Jets, dude. Love the Jets defense. 2,500.
Perfect.
Fits perfectly. Lock it in.
Do we want to adjust the running back for correlation?
No, I don't care about that.
Okay.
Joe Burrow, Deonta Foreman.
Read it off.
Joe Burrow, Deonta Foreman, Boston Scott, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Daniel Bellinger. How the hell did he get in there? Adam Thielen and the New York Jets. This is our group lineup, Ryan.
The Giants. Yeah, you're in the hole a little bit. It's the Giants. Giants Eagles game stack. That's what the Bellinger was, aka their number 1 target, aka playing more snaps than Kadarius Toney, aka fuck Kadarius Toney.
We tweeted out a photo of my dog and said at Gambling Podcast said tweet at us a photo of your dog and your best dogs. Biggest dog will get a $50 gift card to the SGPN store. So time to get in there.
By weight or by price?
By price.
Okay. Is it a combination of pounds and price?
Yeah, I don't know. We have to sort it out. But if you're a DGen like myself,
#Degens only.
Here's how we get rich today. 2-unit play, and it is a money line round robin. And I got the New York Jets in there. I got the Houston Texans in there, and the Jacksonville Jaguars. So.
Whew.
It's if you bet $200, it's essentially $50 on each one.
I'll say that again, just in case people missed it, and maybe they were trying to get in on it as well.
Texans money line.
Oh my god.
Jags money line, and the Jets money line.
They even let you bet. The fact that you can bet on. I mean, the Texans are up to is it north of 11-1 now? Single football game.
One game in the National Football League. And you're telling me you're getting 11-1?
It's an intra-state rivalry, Sean. You know those mean more.
Just means more.
Just means more. All right. Are you doing a full round robin then?
What do you mean?
Are you doing the 2s and the 3s?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just clarifying.
The $50 3-teamer pays like $7,400 in and of itself.
Yeah, looks right.
So I mean. When that hits and you get the Boston Scott touchdowns, we got a question here. Defensive touchdown for the Steelers or Cowboys? I mean, what does the Cowboys defensive touchdown pay? I feel like it's probably even money.
I know they're a very popular play in DFS, even spending up for it. Davis Mills is back. Like this isn't going to be the turnover machine that was Kyle Allen. I do think there's an element of some professionalism.
Quietly, Davis Mills.
He also sucks, but
he does suck. They are an auto fade, but of course the Cowboys' historic auto fade trumps that. I'll just bring up the
historic auto fade.
The Davis Mills home and road splits. He is
great at home. I assume that's
he's slightly better on the road.
That's horrible.
6.8 yards per attempt, 6.1 at home. Touchdown interception ratio exactly even, 7-7 at home, 4-4 on the road. He's slightly better on the road.
I mean, maybe Pep Hamilton's trying to show off because he's trying to get that job with Harbaugh when Harbaugh jumps to the NFL.
Lane Elliott checking in saying, "What's up, fellas?" He likes the Lions and the Niners. Yeah, well, if you like the Niners, you should have you already ordered your Brockhard Purdy t-shirt? Oh, and we got Terrell Furman with his touchdown parlay. Oh wait, he's raising his. Oh, did he raise his hand? We do have a call, Ryan. We'll also get to Terrell's.
Could still be in the club, maybe from last night. It's loud there.
WV Punch Drunk 1 saying Boston Scott touchdown with Giants money line plus 31.15.
Almost like he listened to the show.
Little reverse correlation.
I
know our boy Sully's all about the reverse correlation on the parlays to really maximize value.
Yeah, hard zig. All right.
Can you scroll up so we can see Terrell's anytime touchdown parlay, staple of the show? George Pickens, T.J. Hawkinson, Amari Cooper.
That is a disgusting act.
Step into my office.
DJ Moore, 112-1. I don't mind that. Minus Amari Cooper, DJ Moore, Hawk, and Pickens. I love.
I'll never forget the time we were in Vegas with Terrell and we didn't get down on his touchdown parlay, and he hit it. FOMO. That's what they call it.
Trying to add on a gambler's life for me. You requested to speak. We're having an issue with the live audio chat.
It's not working.
I don't know what's up. Request if you want to call in a gambler's life. Try again. I don't know why it wasn't working.
Oh, I think you have to invite them to speak and they have to accept.
Yeah. Jay Smooth saying parlay Jags money line, Jets money line, and Texans money line. Must be listening to the show. I just threw that out. Let's go.
That's clever. You see what he did there? He threw something out he knew you would agree with, Sean. It looks like he's here.
Okay. A gambler's life. You're live on the line.
Might be muted. I don't know.
He has a pretty sweet Aaron Judge and Butthead both wearing Yankees hats.
Nice.
I'm assuming I can't tell if he's using that because he's a Yankees fan. Hey, what's happening, man? What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yes.
Yeah, like what are you looking to play him on? Season long? Oh, I mean, this one to me is pretty easy. Isaiah McKenzie safer, but Boston Scott because of the touchdowns.
He's never not scored against the Giants.
Yeah, 6 games he's gotten 8 touchdowns against the Giants. We're all in on Boston Scott for the anytime touchdowns. I mean, he does have a floor that's lower than Isaiah McKenzie, probably.
His floor is that the elevator gets stuck in the basement and he never gets a carry. That's his floor.
That certainly is possible. Are you doing full point PPR? Full point PPR?
Yeah, I would go McKenzie.
Yeah, McKenzie's safer, but if you're trying to win your week and you're desperate, I go Boston Scott.
Or if you're in a contest with 300,000 other people.
All right, man. Thanks for calling in.
Let it ride.
Oh, and we have Scott Reichel, his 3-team player props.
Oh yes.
Love been throwing these out on the show. He's got 3 running backs he likes, Ryan. I'd like you to guess the 3 he's on this week.
To score touchdowns?
No, these are only yardage props.
Okay. Derrick Henry. Okay. God, I want him. He's probably Latavius Murray. No. I'm trying. Dalvin Cook.
Yes.
Okay. That's it. 3 guesses. 2 out of 3 again. That's not bad.
That's a good guess. I mean, you know Scott well, so he has.
Well, it's more I know sharp people.
Derrick Henry, 100+ yards at plus 188. Dalvin Cook to get over 90 yards, plus 164, and Deonta Foreman to get over 80 yards.
Dude, I was gonna say Deonta Foreman, but I thought that was just me being in my own Deontay Foreman head. I love Foreman this week.
Oh, I love the Seattle's defense is horrible, so I don't mind that. And the only thing that was scaring me off Foreman earlier in the week was the injury stuff, but it looks like that's all good. And yeah, that play is plus 2135. So head over to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/winbet. Bet big, win bigger. Come on, if you're in a state that is WinBet and you haven't signed up yet, come on, throw us a bone. Last but not least, WV Punch Drunk 1 saying need one more money line leg, Steelers or Bengals.
Oh, by a mile, Bengals.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's a pussy move, but it's
I go Steelers.
No,
Eric has a sweet anytime touchdown parlay. Use check Pickens Kelsey. 120 to 1. How does that not hit?
The fact that you can get 120 to 1 on something with Kelsey in it, I understand a fullback needs to score, but feels nice.
Feels nice indeed. All right.
Thank you for participating in the Sports Gambling Podcast.
Make sure you tune into the post game show about an hour after the Sunday night game wraps. We'll be giving out our Monday night props, including first touchdown and our win, build a bet. For the Sports Gambling Podcast, I'm Sean, stacking the money green, and he is Ryan.
Close the show out. Boston Scott, Daniel Bellinger, first touchdown for the New York Giant game.
Kramer, let it ride.